Good afternoon, friends and fellow movie buffs and all you cool YouTubers. Mr. Movie Night here in the movie vault. And you know what? I had some free time today. I was doing some laundry, off work, just kind of chilling, hanging out. And I thought that the idea of the top 10 slasher films would be a lot of fun to do. Like old B Jr. from Endurance Productions said, it's too juicy of a subject to pass up. I haven't watched everybody else's videos yet in that, for that category or that thread or whatever. But anyway, thought I would take a crack at it. Now let me post a little disclaimer here. What I did was I just kind of looked at my horror collection here, what I actually have in here, and I picked out 10. Now I am going to put them in order. These picks are something that could possibly change over time, but as of right now, they are 10 that I picked out. So feel free to post your comments, and if your opinions differ than mine, that's fine. It's right now these are the top 10 that I pulled off the shelf, and may not really be my all-time top 10 ever slasher films. I mean, there could easily be some I'm forgetting about, but let me just go ahead and dive into these and show you what I got and maybe talk about them a little bit, and let's see what we can do. Alright. Okay, number 10 is Valentine. Now this is a slasher that's probably a little bit underrated, maybe not too well known. It's directed by Jamie Blanks, and it's from 2001. Now this is a fun little film. It's kind of a revenge film, like a lot of films are, where a kid was picked on. He grows up and comes back to sort of torment those that picked on him. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of one of those where you're kind of wondering, who's the killer. But it's cool because the killer has this cherub mask on. It's creepy. It just has a nice slasher feel to it, and it keeps you guessing, and has some good kills, and just a really nice creepy, fun kind of slasher. So there you go, number 10. Valentine. Check that one out if you have not. Number 9, and I don't know, I may get some crap for this. I don't know how many of you like this film. I still enjoy it to this day. I think it's very well done and it's fun, and that is Urban Legend. Now, I guess this is somewhat of a slasher. It does involve deaths based on urban legends, so it's not all, I guess slasher. You think of a traditional slasher as a knife and stabbing, or an axe, or a chainsaw, things like that. This does have some different styles to the kills, but I think I still consider it a slasher film. This is fun. Has some scary parts, has some funny parts, and the opening to this is one of the best openings I've ever seen in a horror film. I saw this in the theater, and the opening scene is just fantastic with the rain and the gas station, and you all know what happens if you've seen this. Just a perfect opening to this film. But that's number 9, is Urban Legend. And I really enjoy this. I encourage you to check it out if you've not. And this is from 1998. So, Urban Legend. Next on the list is a classic slasher at number 8. And that is Sleepaway Camp. Now this is another fun slasher film, kind of in the vein of Friday the 13th. One of those camp films, of course. Where somebody's going around at camp killing people, and they don't know who it is, and another one that kind of keeps you guessing. This, of course, has the notoriously twisted, bizarre, WTF ending, where everybody's just like, oh my god. I mean, yeah, so probably one of the most bizarre and shocking endings in a slasher film, but this is from where is the date? 1983, I believe. So yeah, Sleepaway Camp, fun slasher film. Most of you probably know about this. Love that cover art too. So that's number 8. Coming in at number 7, this is a film that was not available on DVD for a while with the original soundtrack. You may know which one it is now. It's had the original soundtrack restored, which is fantastic, and it is Happy Birthday to Me. This is the Anchor Bay edition. The finally put out a decent edition. They was able to restore all the original music, which is very creepy and works well for this. I like this. Some other people may give it crap, but I think it's fun. And this is from I don't know why I've issue locating these dates, but wow, I don't even see it. Anyway, if you guys want to help me out with the date, it's in the 80s, you know. But that's Happy Birthday to Me. Something that always kind of bugged me is this guy on the cover that's getting the shish kebab poked in his, you know, in his mouth or throat or whatever, is not the guy in the film that actually dies that way. So it's kind of weird that they put this guy on the cover when he's not even the one in the film that gets killed like that. But, you know, nevertheless, still some memorable cover art and, you know, certainly a recognizable cover for a very popular or, you know, very, I guess, notoriously classic slasher film from the 80s. So there you go. Happy Birthday to Me. Good one's got the music, the atmosphere, the kills. Just, I like it. So there we go. I believe we're at number 6. Number 6, another classic 80s slasher. This one is actually from 1981, and it is My Bloody Valentine. Gotta love that cover. Now, you know what? I'll admit I was not a real big fan of the remake. I mean, it was fun, and it was, you know, it was okay, but I thought some of the acting was horrible, and just some of that stuff just didn't work for me. You know, it was still fun, but I didn't like it as much as I like this original one. You know, the killer being, you know, the miner, you know, the underground, you know, mining aspect of it. Makes it creepy, you know, the light on the helmet and all that stuff. This one has a great 80s slasher feel to it, and I think it's just fantastic, and I really enjoy this one, and I would recommend it. I mean, who hasn't seen this probably, but there we go, number 6, and it's My Bloody Valentine. Number 5, this one I would consider a slasher, even though it has some more kind of supernatural elements to it as well. It's kind of a ghost story also in a way, but this is Candyman. And, you know, I figure since he's got the hook and everything and he's, you know, slashing people, I guess that would classify as a slasher. But anyway, yeah, Candyman, fantastic, creepy. Tony Todd, his voice, just does a perfect job in this. Just a creepy concept, you know, say his name in the mirror and he appears. And it's kind of another one of those revenge type films, but I know, again, most of you have seen Candyman, just brilliant. This is from 1992. I believe I got that date right, but yeah, so that comes in at number 5. Love this film. Always works for me. Very effective. Just a masterpiece in my opinion. Candyman. Number 4. This is really a classic. If you folks hadn't seen this, and you know, and you consider yourself a horror or slasher fan, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Just kidding, but no, really, most of you have seen this, and it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Tobe Hooper, 1974, has that gritty documentary, you know, 16mm style look to it. Just, you know, that in itself makes it super creepy. The sounds, the old generator running, being out in the country, running through the fields. Everything's dirty and dusty, and there's machinery everywhere and broken down cars. And of course, you know, being chased by a guy wearing a human flesh mask with a, you know, he's running with a chainsaw behind you. It's creepy, you know, and the dinner scene when they kidnap the girl and they put her in their room, that's one of the most, you know, mind-effing scenes ever. Just the psychological torture of it is just really disturbing, and this is just a masterpiece. This is a fantastic addition to get to, but, and you folks know about this one, but yeah, number 4, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 3, I love this horror film. My friend Sammy on here posted the other day on Facebook. She was watching this. One of my favorite all-time John Carpenter films. I love this, and I have to put it at number 3 because it never disappoints. I love watching it, and that is The Fog. And this is from 1979. Probably more of a, it's kind of again, like a supernatural type slasher, you know, ghost story and a slasher kind of together. But the kills, you know, involve sickles and hooks and knives and swords and all that crap, you know. So I would definitely consider it a slasher based on the, you know, the kills and the type of, you know, the way everything works in terms of the deaths and all that. But I love this film. 1979, John Carpenter, The Fog. That's number 3. I love the music. I love the, just everything works well for it. This is a great film. So yeah, The Fog is number 3. Number 2, and these last two, whether or not they should flip-flop are kind of debatable. I like them both, but the one I chose for number 1, I just had to leave it there because it's such a classic, and everybody, I think everybody loves it probably. But number 2 is one that I actually picked over Friday the 13th. Now, I do like Friday the 13th, but for some reason this one, although it's a lot like it, I just enjoy it more, and it is The Burning. This takes place at a camp. It has a lot of the same type of elements and feel to it as Friday the 13th, but I just think it's slightly more entertaining. There's just stuff I like about it better. Tom Savini does the special effects, which I believe he did for Friday the 13th. I may be wrong. Maybe some of the films. I know he did for some of the films, but I'm not sure if he did for the first one. But I should know that. But anyway, he did the effects for this. Fantastic. The raft scene is totally brutal with the hedge clippers and everything. This is a great film. Another one of these that maybe some people aren't familiar with, maybe a little underrated. I don't like this cover art, but it's a fantastic film. Number 2 pick, favorite slasher, The Burning. Check it out if you have not. And finally, number 1, and it's probably no mystery to you that I chose this one. Probably a lot of people have this on their number 1 list. And of course, it is the classic John Carpenter Halloween. And this is from 1978. And yeah, what else I need to say about this? Everybody knows about Halloween. This has stood the test of time and set a precedent for all the slashers to follow. This is like the king of the slashers. This is like the Run DMC of the hip hop era. This is just like the predecessor to everything. Halloween. This just I can't say enough. I don't have enough time to talk about this, but you guys know, and you guys know why I picked this. So Halloween, number 1 favorite slasher, without a doubt, John Carpenter, truly a masterpiece, and there you go. So, if you guys want to post some video responses to this, that'd be great. I may post this as a video response to some other people's, picks. But yeah, I wanted to do that little video there to show those, and again, as of right now, those are my top 10 slashers that I could, pull out of the shelves here. And yeah, I like all of them. I recommend, if you haven't seen them, to check them out. You will not be disappointed with any of them, in my opinion. So yeah, you guys have a great weekend. I just wanted to post that response, and feel free to comment. Let me know, what your top 10 favorite slashers are. And you guys have a great rest of the weekend and upcoming week. And hopefully I will be back soon. Peace.